one lunatic to another. Let's go ahead and bring in Jason Morris. He's up with Mike Flippo, principal at Cloud West, and Mason Miles, senior vice president of sales for CommandLink. JMO, you got it, man.
Thanks, Warpy. So let's get started. Hey guys, good to have you on. Mike, just give us a little background on the customer.
Today we're going to be talking about Independent Bank. They are a traditional bank in the sense that they do loans, mortgage refis, checking accounts, savings accounts. But what they really specialize is their vertical in the automotive group. So anytime you go to a car dealership and you ask for to get a loan from a car, they would be one in their neck of the woods that would be buying for your business. They currently have 14 locations, 2 data centers, and they approximately have 350 employees. So they're a good mid-sized customer.
Awesome. And any pain points, and what were they trying to solve for?
So initially when they called me, Jason, the customer was initially looking to upgrade their outdated Nortel phone system with more of a state-of-the-art voice over IP solution that can consolidate their dialer platform they use for their collections, as well as something that can provide analytics and an IVR solution for both inbound callers on their collection and customer service side. While we were discussing those points, we also talked about evaluating their current network setup. I suggested that we looked at a solution that could provide a mesh network topology, redundancy, as well as QoS and other voice enhancement tools for their needs.
And what made you look to CommandLink for a possible solution?
Well, with CommandLink, I mean, one of the things that they asked me to do initially on there, Jason, was they wanted me to put it out to bid. So that was already a little bit of a challenge because the way I like to typically do business is I like to lead the customer down a path that I think is going to be the best for their particular needs, just because I deal a lot with a lot of the different vendors and I can usually suggest the right solution. In this case, because they already had me looking at multiple voice solutions, I wanted to provide a company that could do aggregation for customers, that we could look at providing QoS and other solutions for the voice proponent of the solution that would have nothing to do with their current, maybe looking at a solution that was not part of the original deal. Like if we were looking at an 8x8 or a Ring Central or somebody that was third party, we can still provide those solutions without having to worry about that portion of it.
Awesome. So yeah, you mentioned the GUI interface and basically that their software platform and some aggregation. Mason, just give us a little insight on how CommandLink does it and how you guys play well in the space.
Yeah, we have a very interesting history. We were founded as a software firm in 2012, and we own a proprietary platform that is, think of it as an IT service management platform that unifies communications, collaboration, SD-WAN, security, managed services, and network monitoring, reporting, analytics, alerting. So we have this platform that just ties everything together, and there's 2 key benefits with that. It is exceptional visibility, easy management, direct communication to CommandLink. But the other benefit of that platform really is it's going to automate support workflows, which are fed to our support, which, by the way, we give dedicated tier 3 engineer support to every customer. So we tell a story of being able to use that platform to automate, everything from monitoring to alerting to auto case creation, which then feeds to a 0 escalation support structure. And they really attach to that story.
Awesome. Mike, you had recently mentioned, in regards to they were trying to solve for voice. So with SD-WAN, how did you guys, basically harness SD-WAN to actually solve for their voice issues?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. So, I mean, with SD-WAN, one of the things that I particularly do, and this is something good maybe for the partner community to understand, is that, I almost insist on my clients using SD-WAN in their topology. One, for today, because we're providing voice services, customers are using tons of cloud applications within their means. We want stuff for redundancy, because the voice is become almost secondary to the cloud services or their internet-based solutions that they have in place today. So one, I want to provide an active solution for the customer so that they're always up and running. Even in the event of a failure on one of the circuits, that they have something else that's providing redundancy for them, which the current TDM solution did not provide for. And then the other thing would be QoS. So we have QoS on routers today, but that would only applied towards their outbound calling or the inbound calling, excuse me, that never applied for when it hit the wild, wild west of the internet. So today with the SD-WAN solution, it talks to an edge router, and that benefit allows the customers to have the packet shaving and prioritizing of their packets to keep their voice tagged at the highest level. And kind of Mason touched on this, if in the event of an outage as well, because we're doing active active, which means a lot of times we're usually going to be providing two circuits in this situation. If one goes down, the other one, a lot of times they wouldn't even know that they had an interruption of service. And so the solution that they provide with the SD-WAN will give active notifications to the customer so that they know in turn that they need to put a trouble ticket in, or in some cases, if they provide the solution, the vendor will automatically put a trouble ticket in for the customer. So those were the things I was looking for in the SD-WAN to offer for the customer, mainly the QoS benefits though.
Yeah, it's interesting you talk about the wild, wild west of the internet. I think, most customers don't really consider SD-WAN when they're looking to solve issues for voice. Mason, how important is leveraging, say, SD-WAN for voice quality, and how is CommandLink, basically offering it for their solutions that they have today?
I mean, we're a purpose-built company that's all in on that approach. We love our ability to aggregate every ISP in the country. We had some obscure connections that we sourced through this project, and we're an exceptional technology partner for either a managed or a co-managed network solution for a customer that wants to gain engineering as a service, a 100% uptime SLA on that network, which we did extend to this customer, and the ability to ensure complete optimization of every critical application and packet. And obviously voice is a critical application for most customers. So yeah, in fact, we're an exceptional ability to work with these third-party voice providers and just be that very engineering-centric supplier on the network side. But CommandLink also has invested tremendously in our own cloud communications platform, collaboration services extending to both Zoom and Teams. The ability to have a call center product that has the ability to have the technical experts that'll build what the customer's looking for, but also integrate software products of our own, ticketing, workflow, even coming soon, a CRM product. So I think we're an exceptional option for a full stack solution. But again, we are more than happy to build a network for a customer that has either voice in contract or is committed to another voice vendor.
Yeah, thanks, Mason. So, one thing I've always noticed that customers, they get a little nervous about, basically embracing new technologies or even migration. Mike, from your experience in this one solution alone, how is implementation and customer service so far?
Well, implementation, I mean, that's one of the reasons we pick CommandLink. I don't mean to sound like a commercial for Mason and his team over there, but I mean, we really are striving for the white glove treatment today for our clients. And as a partner, the one thing that we don't want to be is inundated with trying to facilitate the course of action for installations. And so CommandLink has been an awesome partner. They've helped us take a lot of that heavy lifting off our back, so we're not becoming the PMs or the project managers, if you will, on these accounts, and letting us do what we do best, which is looking for new opportunities or talk to our customers about new technologies that are emerging in the marketplace.
Awesome. And Mike, was security an important element when considering a provider?
Well, of course, we're talking about a bank here, so security is always at the highest of importance. And in fact, we were dealing with a security officer that deals with that particular statement. So, I mean, this is where I usually kind of lead off onto the Masons of the world, the people that can really talk the nuts and bolts of the customer and use my resources. But I believe we used a secure IP sec tunneling. Mason, do you want to give some more details on how we did that for the customer? But I know we saw for the solution with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Finance and banking was a top 3 vertical for CommandLink last year, and that's really just because we have a great ability to mix proprietary software tools with a couple different NSS Labs recommended security fabrics, and that we're talking both cloud and premise based, and then also mixing in the ability to have engineering as a service, where they literally get 24/7 access to a dedicated command pod that is staffed with security experts, route switch experts, voice engineering. So that story, along with our ability to navigate some fairly, sophisticated hurdles when it comes to the contracting and security vetting process that's native with these banking and finance customers, we sail through that. We have a package pre-developed for that, and had no issues whatsoever, earning their trust and navigating that buying process with them.
Awesome, thanks, Mason. Any final thoughts, Mason?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, Mike, comments to you. Excellent job in finding what the best option was, going to bat with a customer and making a recommendation. We see too often that partners are selling off spreadsheets and pricing when you are absolutely a solution seller, and I commend you for that. And yeah, partners, I think we have a unique ability to mix software with dedicated engineering support and a culture that is based on the fact that if you do the simple things well, to steal a comment from Ted, that is in itself a differentiator. So I'd encourage you to see a demo, contact me or my team, and we'd love to walk you through the story and explain how we could follow this same process and sell a project with you that make a customer very happy like this customer is.
Thanks, Mason. Mike, any final thoughts from you?
No, Mason, I appreciate the kind words. That was very nice of you. I'll pay you later for those nice comments. I would just say that, as far as my approach to selling customers or being an advocate for the customer today, that, I don't like really when we go out to bid, because the real reason I don't like is because it gets convoluted. So when you're the customer, you've got, company A, company B, company C, and you're doing demos with all these customers and you're getting really in the trenches with all these vendors. It can get overwhelming, not only for the customers, but also for the partners that are dealing with it. So, I like for the customers to utilize our expertise, that we've been doing this, and our trust that we know what we're doing. And when we partner up with companies, and I guess what I would say for CommandLink, I mean, this wasn't one of those opportunities that really spoke for the whole kit and caboodle, if you will, for all the services. But we do and have done businesses with CommandLink where we have implemented the voice, the network topology, aggregated multiple cable vendors and fiber vendors, firewalls, the whole gamut, in order to provide a holistic approach for the customer. Because I don't know, speaking for myself, we use the terms, one back to pat, or one hand to shake, or one throat to choke. And I'm a believer in that, because today our world is convoluted with multiple solutions that are very technologically advanced. Most customers don't have that expertise. That's why they're leaning on people like ourselves to provide that type of solution to them. And when we can do it all in-house, including the SD-WAN, which really plays nice because we're doing the voice. It means it's going to be in the data center. There's even less problems and better results with the SD-WAN as a solution when we do that. Customers have one place to call, so there's no finger pointing, going back and forth. And I know, speaking for myself as a partner, that's a big deal. We don't want to have to go, okay, who am I calling today? I've got to call ABC company for the voice. I got to call, 123 company for this circuit over here. I got to call my IT vendor for the firewall, circuit. And then we got to get everybody together on a call to try to identify where the problem's coming from. So when we can, I like to try to put it everybody with one solution that we can. And I mean, there's not a lot, and I'm not trying to be a commercial for Mason, but there's really not a lot of aggregators out there that can put everything into one pretty package with the bow on top and really be able to deliver that to the customer. So for that, I would suggest for my peers that would be something that they would look at, because it does make doing business easier when you can do that. Obviously, not all solutions can fill those gaps, but when we can, it is nice to be able to do that. So,
yeah, thanks, Mike. Absolutely agree. Hey, guys, thanks again for hopping on to discuss.